Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, your English instructor, Muhammad Hasnain, once again with all of you people. Today we are going to be welcoming you back into our series, Is Reality Real? And today we are going to be doing a part of our previous episodes. There were two, and I'm going to do a part 3, episode number 3 of the same topic, which is phobias. As I talked about what are phobias and what are its types, today we are going to be talking about its causes and its solution. Now, where there is no specific answers, because still science is not sure of its cause and its solution, but there are some ways to overcome your fears, like any person has a fear. So let's get into the topic and let's start the video. Now, well, as I said, that there are many phobias, like even fear of ocean, fear of giant things, fear of atmosphere, fear of even blood, fear of needles. Well, if you see, lots of people think that my silly name for like my whole series came from one episode, which was Is Reality Real? So it isn't actually the reason. In this series I talk about things that aren't actually physical, that are just like mental things, that aren't even real but are real. And then you ask yourself that, is the reality real? What you're feeling, is it real or not? Is it just your thoughts that you're making yourself feel? Just think for a moment that what you're feeling currently is you giving your mind the sense, like you're thinking that, oh my god, I got punched in the face, it's gonna hurt a lot, so I think I should cry and I should like feel pain right now. So you start to feel pain. Or just think, for example, you're like sad, so you just tell your mind again and again that I'm sad, and your mind is acting like that. It's you who's causing it all. Your feelings are just your thoughts. It's not real. Maybe this can happen. I'm not going to talk about that well today. I'm going to talk about fears and your worst nightmares. Today we are going to be disclosing those nightmares. Now, it's not exactly sure that what are phobias caused from or what are the reasons, because still science is not sure of the reasons, the perfect age. Because for me, my first ever phobia was actually phobia of the dark. I was scared. I was so scared of dark. I was literally really scared. My second one was of taking baths. I didn't like taking baths, and it's quite common in children having this phobia of taking baths. I used to love going to places like rivers, etc., but not taking a bath in my home. I didn't like that. And I didn't had a third phobia. Until now I've like overcome my fears. Like I had once a phobia that's known as phobophobia. If you don't know what a phobophobia is, it's simple. Fear of phobias. Now, that's weird, but fear of fear. Now, how do I explain it? So you're having a fear, you're like आपको डर लगता है कि ऐसा ना हो कि मुझे बस डर लगना शुरू हो जाए. You want to be like that brave guy, so you have like phobophobia. If you want to behave like a brave guy and you can't, you're just fearful that you won't be that brave guy, so you have phobophobia. So I had that phobia for a certain time, because I was like fearful that what if I get one, it would be like it would haunt me in my nightmares, in my worst nightmares. But I overcome my fear. It wasn't that great. Like fear of darkness, I'm not scared of darkness anymore. I can sit in like dark places for hours and have no problem with it. But before, I used to be scared of even walking into a room that is dark or not lit properly. And unfortunately, as a child, you cannot press buttons, but now I can as I'm grown up. Cause can be from trauma, from a tragic incident, for example, like drowning or literally like falling from heights. So it can be kind of like incidents, tragedies, or some memory problems, mental problems that were caused by your family members, or either just your family, because usually this happens that people get phobias that their family members already have. Like for example, if my grandmother has the phobia of darkness and the phobia of like very like close spaces, so maybe in the future I also get that phobia, because we are from the same bloodline. Not from the same bloodline, but we are from the same bloodline. Technically, yes. So if my father has, for example, a phobia of spiders, he doesn't has it, because I've never seen it. He's like the bravest man I've met. all fathers are like this. They aren't scared of anything. They are like the bravest people in history. So my father, I don't think has a phobia yet, but if he had, so I would also have that. So cause is unknown. But how to overcome it? For example, if you're having social phobia or social insecurity phobia, so the easiest way is stop thinking about others. You always think about others. Think about the people who care for you, who have grown you up, and who actually want you to grow, to advance, to become better. Think about those people. Those times they worked and did hardship and went through hardship for you. Just think about all those people. Okay. So if you have agoraphobia, fear of going to places, so I'll recommend you to go into places that are really crowded. When you face it, you will be able to go through your fear. Fears are always like this. For the first time when you have like that fear, you are like really hesitating. But when you face it a few times, after a few times, you're going to be totally normal. It won't be that complex for you anymore. You won't feel the fear, but you will have a little bit in your heart, but you won't feel it that much. You'll just kind of get used to it. Like for example, once I had like, when I was a child, I remember I was for like 10 days having a phobia of bungee jumping. I don't even know if it's a real phobia or not, but I was having a phobia of bungee jumping. I was really scared to look at people bungee jump and looking them like fall from like heights that are really up. I was just like really scared looking at those type of people. So technically it can be overcome by just facing it. And the phobias that are like specific, brother, there is no solution to those phobias. You have to face it, you have to get used to it. That's the only solution. Other than that, there is no real solution to specific phobias. Like you're really deadly scared of clowns, for example, so I don't think a clown will come to help you overcome the fear. And secondly, if you face Pennywise, I don't think you'll stand a chance. After seeing him, I don't know if you're gonna overcome your fear or get more fear after looking at him. I don't think so you're gonna get rid of that fear. Not of oceans, nothing. I don't think there is any way of that fears going off. But still, face it, and I hope you lose your fears like I did. I had the fear of darkness, now I don't. This is all for today's video. Thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you in my next video of Is Reality Real? This is all for today. Thank you so much for being with me, and Allah Hafiz.